Hello, everybody. Today we're doing a little something different here. We're gonna try to kind of remix it a little bit. We have today back actually from episode, I believe it was 8 to episode 12. We have Chubs again, but instead we're gonna try to work something out where we're actually gonna have Chubs get some information that he's pretty passionate on and actually just teach us about. So I think everybody already should know Chubs, but if you want to introduce yourself, we have Loki here as well. Chubs, you kind of want to just take it away, man.
I'm back again. They couldn't get rid of me. So, what I want to talk about is it's still Star Wars, but it's taken away from kind of the Clone Legion part of Star Wars because I feel like uh, it's a really like small part of Star Wars that like I feel like gets expanded some, and it's like every time it gets expanded, people are like, ooh. But I feel like the main part that I enjoy the most is the Force part and like the Jedi, especially like the abilities. A lot of what you can see from the Force is directly correlated from stuff like Taoism. Like you have your yin and yang,
Mm-hmm.
you have the dark side and light side.
Taoism, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you can see the samurai like vibe to it.
I can see like honor kills the samurai and everything. I mean, that's
because I mean,
kind of
like
what happened.
if you think about it, I mean, like Jedi are kind of like samurai
Mm-hmm.
in a way
Yeah,
because it's
Jedi
like
Knights are very, very close.
they're kind of like mercenary, But
Even their like fighting styles, I think, do take away from that stuff.
yeah,
But
a lot of like the
They all have different
forms.
fighting styles too.
I don't
Oh yeah,
remember a
forms.
lot of the forms. There's like six or five or six one-handed, and then there's like four
A
or
buttload
five
of-
two-handed, and then
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like the double-handed sabers and I'm like all that junk. But I mean, yeah, I like that, but I'm more talking about like the force, like abilities, like force lightning and like the mindset to it too. Because when I see like they don't use a lot of what they could be using because there are force abilities like there's a force ability where you can literally just spill fire from your from your face.
We just ignore that. I don't know what Mav's typing in our TeamSpeak anymore.
He posted Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
There's a
Did you
force
know you could
ability.
get executed for saying that too? Anyways,
yes,
It's a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, 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 yeah.
There's a force ability where you can literally just make yourself stronger and faster. There's a force ability where you can slow time. I think I might be wrong about this, but there's an ability where you can literally just like drain the life out of someone, like not succubus style, but like you grab someone and you just turn them into like you leech off of someone. Yeah, that one.
yeah, wasn't that like in an episode? I feel like I know what you're talking about. I've seen
No,
it like happen in the animation before.
I think
Fucking, what is
it's
it called? It's isn't it Darth Nihilus or something like that? That
yeah.
motherfucker.
He just be sucking people.
In the Old Republic, he like eats planets.
Oh
no?
yeah, he eats
Yeah.
planets. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do remember this lore now.
He just like sucked like
He
a
just
planet's life dry.
consumes. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like that's what's cool because like a lot of From Which Legends is used. They use like 20% of all the force powers they put in Legends in like the actual like story. Which I mean like I get because when they expand upon it, you can't really put stuff back in it.
Right.
But like I mean with all the new stuff they're making today, they probably could. But sorry, I fucking toss that away. Starts like leaving dust everywhere. With with that, I think it's cool to see like the Inquisitors too, and the what's the era Order 66 like after that? Because then you see people getting blocked off of the Force.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, where it feels like they're like cut off from like
Yeah.
the light side completely.
Well, yeah, it's either like
What's the
because
name for it? I don't know what it is. I can't tell you there. I'm blanking.
I know there's when they cut themselves off from the Force, it's like it's either like I don't want to do this anymore, or like I cannot do this anymore because like I'm either like, oh, I'm a little bitch, or it's like I just like I forgot how to do it out of trauma, which is kind of just a lot of it.
Wasn't there that one chick in Jedi Survivor that was kind of like that?
Jedi Survivor. That's the
Fallen
new game
Order.
that's about to come out.
Or
April.
fucking Fallen Order, whatever.
Yeah, Fallen Order. Fallen Order. Like her whole thing is
Yeah, from
like,
Dathomir?
from trauma. No, from the beginning.
Older chick that saves you from the get-go, yeah.
Yeah, and then her student became an Inquisitor.
The first sister or second sister. I don't remember.
Yeah, whatever number she was, yeah.
I like that too. I like how they
Speaking of Inquisitors, what what kind of style do you like? Because I know in Obi-Wan they introduced Inquisitors, and I'm not gonna lie, in Obi-Wan I kind of thought they were kind of like meh. And then you play Jedi Fallen Order, and you're like, holy shit, bro,
So-
we about to get killed.
from what I see, there's like three. Well, I mean, Fallen Order and Rebels, Inquisitors are kind of like almost hand in hand in a way. But there's that, and there's the Obi-Wan one. I don't know much about the Obi-Wan one, but from what I know from the what's it? If you ever played not Fallen Order, For Honor, the story mode where you have those guys who can block you, but if you hit them once, they're kind of like messed up. That's basically what they are, because they're not very strong in the Force, but they're like physically
They're good
strong.
with like they're good with like weapons. Yeah.
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 Because
Yeah, that was just like the Inquisitors, Purge Troopers. Yeah, I mean, like they would learn, the hand-to-hand combat techniques, because that would be a better style of just taking down Jedi.
because they were all Padawan or like lower. I think there were some knights, but like probably But you take like this Padawan, and you basically just pump him full of anger, and he's just like an enraged like child basically. And you give him a light stick, and you're like, go kill your friends.
Go kill your master real quick.
Yeah.
For me. For me.
Fucking Palpatine put it on his Riz face.
Yeah.
You want to kill you want to kill your friends for me, baby girl?
No, dude. I mean, like, I feel like Inquisitors were a really cool take because they were like not worth anything in the Force, but I feel like they made up for it in their like physical ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely, yeah, that. And like I liked the lightsaber too. I thought that was sick. Like especially when I saw the one guy flying for the first time, I was like, that's kind of sick. Because it's not like
It grew on me. At first, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
this is weird. Why does this exist? And I was like, yeah,
it's not. I mean, it's partial Force, and then it's mostly Force, and then you just like put it up in the air. I'm not. Listen, if there could be a show about a guy pushing a rock like 700 feet, they can fly with a lightsaber helicopter. I don't care.
I believe it. I mean, like, of all the things that happen in Star Wars, using the Force and your like spinny lightsaber to help you fly around is like not that crazy. Like, it'd be way worse. But okay, so you're talking about the Force, but it's not just the Force, I guess, applied to like the current time period, because I feel like you're right though. The Clone Wars does kind of hold like, I think it's like a 4 or 5 year like fight, and for like it being so small, it pulled so much attention. Granted, it is badass.
Yeah, I think what is it? There's a lot to be expanded on it too, because like Bad Batch, both the Clone Wars shows 2003 and the I guess quote unquote newer one.
Oh crap! Today is Wednesday.
That is true.
Today is Wednesday.
New episode.
Oh, does the Bad Batch come out?
Yeah, they all. Well, Mandalore and Bad Batch both come out on Wednesday.
Oh no, shit! I don't think
Every Wednesdays, usually in the
I usually
schedules.
end up like just letting it hang out and then playing catch up on like the butt end of it all.
What I do? I need to catch up on Bad Batch. I haven't seen that in a second.
Oh my
What were we talking about? But yeah, you have like all that stuff that's able to be expanded on, and then like you could even go more into like the Jedi stuff, because that's what they did with the one short story where they expanded on Dooku and Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was really cool because it's like you get to see the backstory to like Ahsoka, which is I personally think Ahsoka is probably one of the most interesting characters, like outside of the movies, because they never put her in the movies, so they don't have to like abide by anything.
Yeah,
So
it's that
they could
little
like
cheat.
they can like freely form her into like her own character, which I think is really cool, and how they did it too, because like all of her character progression throughout Clone Wars, and then her backstory that we got to see with the Togrutas. She's Togruta. Yeah, she's Togruta. And then with the future stuff, like her own show where she finds Ezra, and I'm really excited for that because I think Ezra is like tight.
Yeah.
Because we never, I think, Rebels is the first time we ever really see like a Jedi fully like going through the beginning stages of like Force understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Ahsoka, we see like gaps because of it's the Clone Wars, it's not the Ahsoka Wars. So we see gaps between like her knowledge and understanding that they're kind of filling up. But with Ezra, it's like you get the full picture of it throughout, and I think that like it is so like it's one of the one things you don't really see much in Star Wars is like usually what you see is like this teenage kid, and it's like or it's like with Luke, it's like oh my god, my dad died, let me sword fight for 2 seconds, come back, and then I'm like basically fluent in some forms of the Force, and then I become a master, and like, well, for us 2 hours, and him it's like 7 years or almost. But it's like, yeah, stuff like that. And then if they incorporate like some of the Force powers that you see, because some of the Force powers they could be using, like it's like with who's that one person from Harry? Who's the J.K. Rowling? Like, J.K. Rowling's like, oh, this actually happened. They could do that because some of the Force powers that could be used, like super jump, super speed, super strength, is just kind of like it's like a given. Like you don't really see it because it's like it's not as vibrant as like a Force push. It's more of just like I punch strong.
Well, okay, there was that you ever seen that Clone Wars
The one with the blue arm? Is that what you're talking about? The clone?
No. Clone Wars, the like OG Clone Wars, like
Oh, that weirdly animated one?
Old one. Yeah,
The 2003 one?
Yeah.
Or 4?
Whatever it was, but that's what I'm talking about, that one. Have you ever seen that one? Because fucking
I've seen some of it.
Mace Windu went
Yeah,
silly dumb in that one.
I saw the beginning of it. I think
You got. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of like lore accurate characters that got buffed in the 2004. Because who was the guy with the green Jedi Master with the tentacles on his head?
Tentacles, Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto.
Yeah,
they buffed Kit Fisto because I mean, to be fair, he didn't really do much because all he did in the movies was get shot, and all he did in the shows was be a background character.
Yeah, which was sad. He had so much potential. He looked so cool. I mean, that still goes with like Plo Koon, like Plo Koon, like Rey's kind of Ahsoka when she was younger, and then Anakin did the rest.
I like Plo Koon.
We don't get too much about him either. Like,
dude, I think
he exists.
I think Plo Koon,
and then he dies in the most horrific way. A starfighter crash.
Yeah, they kind of screwed him over with that.
When Order 66 happened,
episode
where were
3's
you? I
Order
died in a
66
plane crash.
was kind of crazy. I remember my jaw dropping when I was watching that. I was like, dude.
That and the music, like I was on my knees, like why,
dude? But okay, so I feel like Kit Fisto though, didn't he have like some real weird like backstory or something like that? Or
He's
was
just
I
a
thinking of
very
someone else?
amphibious boy.
I don't remember. It's
No.
weird to see because he did have a green lightsaber, which meant he's
That
more
could
attuned
it
to
could
the.
operate underwater as well, because
Well, yeah,
that's
we
his
had a
whole
whole
shtick. Yeah,
there
I
was a
mean,
whole
yeah,
episode when they helped that one fish boy become
king,
leader.
it's a
or they
trap,
helped them
people.
back into the house, and
Corey's driving the
the
house.
lightsabers worked underwater. I mean, it's like I guess it's just plasma and like a
Yeah,
It
like the
just
crystal.
blasters worked underwater. Like I mean that makes
No,
sense.
but they even had like cool like underwater clones and shit like that.
Oh yeah, the
That
scuba
like little
boys.
episode stuff was really cool to see. It was just
Oh
a
yeah.
nice little indent into the universe. And I feel like even though it was for 4 years, I really wish they like found a way to just expand it. But I feel like Chubs is right though. That whole take on the Force is so much bigger because you have like Jedi Knights and all that
Hmm.
stuff from like years past. Before clones were even a thing. And like all that stuff and how like Jedi have like corrupted themselves. Like not Mace Windu. Who am I trying to think of? What's his name?
I don't.
Count
Did Mace
Dooku.
did Mace Windu ever like actually corrupt himself?
No,
'Cause
I mean wasn't it a big thing?
the thing is he's not corrupted, but he like the whole thing behind his purple lightsaber is he's found a balance between the light and dark side, and that's why he's like basically like second in command of the Jedi Council because he's like that powerful because he can use parts of the dark side without
Falling
becoming
to the dark
overwhelmed with
side.
it.
Right.
Yeah, when he died, there was that whatever short fan film or snippet of him with his whatever kyber crystal broken and him like all corroded in purple and whatever. And,
I
there was
think
this
that
like comeback time, and it really wasn't expanded any further on.
like there's a lot of people that are just like begging for a Mace Windu special,
It'd be
but I
dope
don't. I mean, yeah, I'd love to see it.
because he could have definitely
Absolutely.
survived the fall.
Absolutely. I mean, but
What a
not
Jedi.
even not
What a
even
Jedi.
that, but like backing up even further past like the Clone Wars era, like Jedi, do you think that the old Knight era or the old Republic era, not the old Knight era, Jesus, could um yield like better Jedi than the Jedi like that you saw in like the Clone Wars era, you think?
Well, it depends on where you take it from. Because if we take Legends Luke and we put him against an Old Republic Sith or Jedi, Legends Luke is going to win.
Right.
But anything like the new stuff and the movies, all the Old Republic people absolutely like dog walk any of the new guys because I think with they kind of like not only created most of the force powers, but they like used a lot of them. And I think a lot of the cool force powers that they had got like kind of lost with time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like what do you mean? Like they just kind of like stopped?
Well, I mean, I forgot his name, but there was this one Sith who made the rule of two, and with that, there was like this mass extinction of Sith.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, there was most likely, I mean, there kind of had to be like a bunch of force abilities that could have been like utilized that just kind of like were forgotten or lost. That's why I mean that's kind of why you don't see a lot of Sith holocrons too, because
Well, that's true. Yeah, I
there's not
mean,
a lot of Sith to go around at that point.
yeah, and I feel like the Old Republic era had a ton more like just Sith in general. Maybe less Force powers, but more like Sith as well. I'm curious. I don't know. I really would like to see what they do with like the future of all that nonsense.
Yeah, because what is it? With the reason I had so many is because I mean, at the time it was kind of like if you're evil
Mm-hmm.
and you had force powers, you were basically just a Sith and you could do fuck all. And there were like Sith leaders, like not really Nihilus. I guess not really Raven too, because Raven was he was back and forth.
Didn't he create his own like
Uh,
group of people? Called the Knights or something. I don't really know.
I don't know a lot about
it.
Recon.
I don't know anything either. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I just
Out of my
I know
department.
he was kind of like back and forth between light and dark because he had a purple lightsaber and he had a red one, so it's kind of like pick a side.
That goes hard.
Yeah, I mean it was a cool color scheme, but it was like was his left side like half and then his right side all bad, but I'm not gonna get into that. And then
I ain't gonna get into that.
that and like I think a lot of the Jedi powers because a lot of the Sith powers that they had, they kind of just used it freely, while the Jedi were like, you can use these 5 moves and these 5 moves only.
Yeah, it's like an MMA fighting tournament. All right, you can only do kickboxing and this. Everything else illegal.
Yeah, because the Jedi had like such a strict like honor and rule code that they had to abide by that like 70% of what they could use is like locked to them, and that's why the Sith are so much stronger.
I can see now why you call them like samurai. Yeah, because samurai couldn't really like poison. You had to fight them head on. Yeah, I get that.
But the Sith would just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, Sith don't give a fuck. They're like the Mongolians, dude. They just say, you know what? Hell yeah.
I mean, basically, like if the Sith had a rule, it'd be if you die, you suck. Basically.
Fuck bitches.
Honestly, no. Well, like I mean, you're right though, but at the same time, like people forget that like the Jedi were not the only like I guess quote unquote good guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, yeah, because they were also like freedom fighter or not freedom fighters because there's not much. I mean, there was a lot of contention between the Old Republic, but it was more just like I forgot what the old government was for the Republic. I didn't really get into that.
Well,
but I know there
feel
was like
they always just gave him titles like Old Republic, High Republic, you know.
Yeah, there's like this Marine guy that you could be in the one game, but he was just kind of like, who cares? You know, just be a bounty hunter. It's cooler.
Well, like
everyone wants to be better.
There was like the Gray Jedi, and that whole take is really crazy. I feel like they never really expanded too much on that because they talked about it for a minute.
Yeah, the Gray Jedi.
So,
yeah.
Gray Jedi is kind of like basically like the best way to describe it is Ahsoka because Ahsoka she can use the Force, but they're usually depicted with a white lightsaber because how they make a red lightsaber is they make a lightsaber like bleed, which turns it red. And a way to make a white lightsaber is to unbleed the lightsaber, which would make it white. So you just kind of like put a band-aid on it, call it a day. So there's like a whole like conspiracy with like, oh, did Ahsoka turn evil for a second? Or stuff like that, but I'm sure we'll get into that in this show.
Oh,
but,
maybe. When does that Ahsoka show come out?
Actually, not sure. But, I mean, a good theory could be, if you remember that one Inquisitor that she fought at the end of her one show, he had a red lightsaber. So it's possible that she unbled his lightsaber and now is using that one.
And then yoinked it. Ooh, that's a hot take.
Okay,
That could be a good theory.
Dante. So I think you were there in the conversation. Do you think they're trying to, because on the topic of like Force and everything, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sure everyone else is. I haven't read Reddit or anything else, but on the theories of what Omega is.
Omega.
But of course, you know, the whole show right now is building up to what is Omega? Why do these people want Omega? Who is Omega? And someone threw out the idea, what if they just, you know, in the end, make Omega this, you know, force wielder of some sort? And I was like, I don't know if that's, like, the general direction they would go, because, I mean...
I feel like that's kind of goofy.
The only hints we have so far is, yeah, she is from Jango Fett's DNA. Why is she a woman? No one knows. Because Jango Fett was male, and it's like,
It's,
yeah,
I mean...
but I feel like, didn't they just explain it that they, like, fucked something up? Or, like, something was fucked
That's
up?
what they said, but it could be, like, a lie or something. Because, like, in the recent episodes, it seems like it's not a fuck-up. Like they know what she is, but they'll never say because it alludes to more of the episodes and keeps you watching. You know.
Maybe they put some.
Ah.
Maybe they put some information in her DNA. I don't know. It's like, oh fuck, this information is why. Is she a female?
Well, like, because I don't know if it's that, because that's like too big of a jump. Because I guess you can. I mean, you can definitely clone this, like Sith. You can, like with fucking Chancellor Palpatine and all that stuff. You can clone them.
Yeah, and okay. Speaking about that, in one of the new recent Mandalorian episodes, I'm trying to think of how not to spoil it. They hint at that kind of like idea too. Because a certain someone makes a reappearance in the late episodes, and they start hinting like, "Hey, you know how to clone people. What if we did some, wacky, crazy shit?"
Interesting.
I mean, maybe.
So we might see something like that in the Mandalorian. But I also see what they're gonna go for in the Mandalorian. Also, is just like Din Djarin, like
Speaking of
leads his boys into Mandalore or something. I don't know.
speaking of that, what is it? What I want to see is
Who's who? What?
Did Chubs die?
I don't know.
kind of like a testicle face.
Oh yeah,
He was
you need to read
pirate.
what you just said.
Yeah,
lag.
I just heard fucking testicle.
Yeah,
face.
you just cut out
That's
and cut
so
right back
funny.
in.
The,
and saying
the
something.
one pirate captain from
Oh,
Obi-Wan's friend?
yeah.
I guess you
or-
could say friend.
Yeah. Hey man, he considers Obi-Wan a friend. I
Yeah.
mean,
I guess that's fair.
oh dear God, I said his name just the other day because we were just talking about him.
Hondo Onaka.
Yes, Hondo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great man.
Hondo was like, he's probably one of my favorite characters because he's like, he's one of the few Star Wars characters who's like, I can get away with fucking with Jedi and Sith because I'm just that cool. And he like, no, it wasn't a Sith assassin, but like he messed with one of one of the CIS assassins, and it was funny to see. It was the one bald sniper girl with the ponytail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he messed with her, and he's like, I can do basically whatever the fuck I want because I'm just that guy.
Dude, I love that even in the universe, like, as much as they might push that Sith and Jedi are, like, tops, it's weird to see, like, characters like him be able to just kind of be like, yeah, I can just fight you if I like.
I mean, let's just be real. I mean, there's always going to be in some universe that guy that can just kind of get away with any stuff and is a little funny about it.
Well,
I mean,
like,
yeah,
there was
that's
even,
kinda
there was even that bounty hunter, what's his ass, that tricked Obi-Wan Kenobi. You remember what I'm talking about? You remember he's blue?
Cad
Cowboy
Bane.
hat.
Cad
yeah,
Bane.
yeah. He even tricked Obi-Wan Kenobi and like the
Yeah,
Sith and
I mean-
or Sith. I'm sorry, Jedi.
Batman was just cool like that. I mean, because
Cad
you get to
Bane.
levels of it.
Cad Bane. Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
Boing.
What is it? His little tubes on his mask prevent him from being force choked. It gives him
Right.
air. Like
That's
the
neat.
bro is set up. He's got that Sigma
Like
mindset.
he's
You know.
prepared.
I mean, yeah, because there were some people in Star Wars who were just like all about hunting like
Jedi.
Jedi. And
Yeah.
I guess not really Sith,
Force
but it's
users.
like they just kind of like got paid for it, especially with the huts. Because like when you get to a hut level, it's like if you mess with a hut, you're basically messing with like a secondary like army. So that's why
Yeah.
they kind of just like the Republic tried to stop them a little bit throughout the Clone Wars, but like they didn't like full on do a full assault on Jabba because they knew if they had to go through with like doing a full assault, it'd end up being like a fucking secondary war front, which they didn't really want to deal with.
Mhm.
Dude,
So-
that would be crazy. I really wish they expanded more on Jabba. I know they do in like some of like the shows and stuff like that, but I feel like they didn't really
Yeah, with the-
touch on it a lot in like the big movies.
I mean,
Well, I mean-
they messed around a lot more of Zero on the animated Clone Wars
Mhm.
than anything. But yeah, I mean, they had the one episode of Jabba's son, and I
That
don't
was a
know.
movie.
That was a movie.
Yeah, they had a whole movie about it. Like they had to go retrieve Jabba's son and give it
Oh,
back
I
to
didn't
him.
realize it was a movie format. I thought it was just an episode, like 2 episodes long.
That was a whole movie. It was like 2 hours.
Damn.
I know that, and then Then you get into like kind of the smaller,
Hmm.
like crime syndicates. Like let's see, you have the Cremora, which is basically like it's like the smaller one. Um, you have the Hut Clan, who's like the big fucking one. The Pike Syndicate, which is kind of like, it's second place, not as good.
I mean,
But
they just dealt with spices. They were just like, just
yeah,
drug
Pike
dealers
was
is
like
all they were.
Pike was mainly spices,
Yeah.
and then you have the Crimson Dawn, which was Maul's people, and then what's the last? Oh, I know the last one. This is the Black Sun. Black Sun is the last one. Black Sun it's my favorite because it's one of the older ones, and it has Prince Zizor or Exor. I totally forgot how to say his name, but he was like he was a friend to Anakin, and
Mhm.
he was basically like he was a prince who turned into a
Hmm.
crime lord, and
Hmm.
he was like good friends with Anakin, and he was like, yeah, fuck these Republic assholes the whole time.
Oh, Chubs. I don't know if you know, because I don't know anything about it. Because I haven't really looked into it any more like on Reddit or anything. But do you remember in the Clone Wars episode? It's like in the late seasons, when Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka go to something and whatever, they get lost and they meet those like
Oh, they meet
gods.
the brother, the son, and the father.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's basically like
are they just god? Like, what are they, like, astral project? Like, what?
they're basically like, yeah, they're basically just gods. But it's
Yeah, but then they even predicted like the whole, um, they told Anakin straight up, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be this guy," and then Anakin also going, "Okay," becomes that guy, becomes Darth Vader.
well, they're like in the beginning they're like, oh, you're gonna take the father's place because the father sucks and you're pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. It's just like, yeah, you need to be the father, and it's like, what? You just become God?
I mean, kind of in a way. Um,
Interesting.
and then they have it's weird to see because like that's where you know like Anakin is strong as hell because he literally like beats the shit out of a god.
Well,
Yeah,
because
right?
that whole midichlorian count thing really comes into play because anybody with like a generally like mild midichlorian count usually gets recruited right from to like the Jedi Order. So it's like even if you have somebody who like might just be a normie that can float a ball with his hand, it's like he's gonna get recruited into the Jedi. But that doesn't mean that he's like superstar Jedi boy. I know that because I remember reading that like weird pamphlet about the Jedi and Sith. So like just because you have the ability to use the Force doesn't necessarily make you that strong in the Force. But I remember Luke and Anakin being like some of the strongest connected people.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, because it's like
You don't fuck around the chosen one, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I guess not.
w-
So okay,
with
was he the chosen one or was Luke the chosen one though? That's a real.
I don't know.
well
Maybe it's a family
technically
thing.
technically Anakin was the chosen one because he killed Palpatine. He threw him off the cliff. Well, quote unquote killed because he came back.
Yeah, he did
Those
come
movies
back. That
don't.
was
Those
wild.
movies aren't real.
Yeah,
It
they're not
doesn't
real.
count.
They're not
I
real.
hate it because they mess with Taoism because it goes from you can either be light or force and like if you like it's all about a mindset thing to like the power of friendship. I'm gonna like shoot you with lightning rays or shit,
Yeah.
and it's awful. But what am I even talking about? Yeah, with the chosen one, it's like you are gonna kill the one guy and bring peace to the galaxy, and he kind of like fucked up the galaxy for a while, but in the end, he technically did kill the big bad, and then free the galaxy.
He did.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Did he? I mean, did he inspire other people to be bad? Yes, but like
Maybe.
he did the final blow, so he gets the XP.
I think that's the best way to put it.
He did the final blow, so he gets the
He
XP.
did the final blow. He gets the XP.
He wins the W game. I really do think that seeing that like was kind of crazy. That ending of episode, not 3, 6, I guess, but technically episode 3. Yeah, I don't know how you want to rhyme that, but when Darth Vader killed Palpatine, I think that was really crazy. I was never really expecting that as a little kid.
I mean, I knew Palpatine kind of had to die because it was like, you can't end the trilogy with the big bad still alive unless you're leading up to the next trilogy. But
right. I mean, which is fair. You really can't.
Yeah, but it's like I kind of you kind of expect Luke to do it, but it's cool to see Darth Vader like go like, "Hey, don't touch my son," and then he just tosses him.
So, would you rather have seen?
By the way, congrats on your promotion there, Dante. I didn't realize he already added you in discussions.
Oh, word! Hey, yeah. By the way, everybody, I guess I'm fucking tops writer boy now.
You are now
you
are now the acting writing
Yes,
lead, so you got a month little trial period to go.
This.
And if you do good, then yeah, you get promoted to official leader. Because who knows, you might just bail on us last minute. You know what I'm saying?
I might, but
you might just like disappear or something. I don't know.
Might just phase out of existence or
Yeah, yeah, it might.
Enter another.
Might just go Alt F4.
Yeah, IRL Alt F4.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's cool. Unit stuff. Yeah, yippee. I mean, I guess touching on that for a second, because what is it? I guess I just got handpicked into that, but Chubs, you're in C2.
Yeah, I guess I'll be working under you.
Hey, W's. I'm a good leader.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Don't hate, appreciate. Yeah, I don't know what that really entails. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't. I'll have to actually sit down and actually like talk about it. Well, to I guess talk about it for a second, because I really would like to keep talking about like the fourth and stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever, unit stuff for a minute, because I guess
take a break.
Whatever, take a break from the Star Wars back. Hard move into that.
There's a lot of unit things going on.
Halftime.
Yeah, it's the halftime special, boys. So we'll get like a theme music and presentation slide going, just that.
So as far as C2 is concerned with the writing team and all that stuff, it is just focused on the campaigns that we actually produce in the unit. So for anybody who's unaware or interested in stuff like that, who might be listening, who's a CRC, or just somebody who wants to join the unit, like Chubs is in C2. I used to be in C2 a while ago when I first joined the unit, but I kind of just was very confused. Chubs, do you want to give us kind of like a rundown of what you've been doing? Just kind of like tell the people.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I was eating some chips, and I just like had this thought come to me. With C2, it's kind of like so imagine we are. Or like Kyber, or like the people who are playing the ops are a person, and we are a bunch of wall. Or C2 is basically a wall. The writers basically write up how many walls there's going to be, what the wall is made out of, how the wall should be, or how the wall should be shaped, all that stuff.
I feel like you're going in a good direction here.
Mission makers build up the wall.
Okay. That's actually a good way to explain it.
Yeah, you're on.
That's fair.
I'm gonna let you keep going.
Yeah, because Loki has knowledge about this stuff too. I was just curious to see what Chubs would say.
Hopefully within a month, I might be head of C2, so I might run up all you guys' grills here. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, and then what is it? The Zeuses, they kind of just give the wall a gun.
Okay.
And the goal is for
have a gun.
Kyber and friends to push through the walls to get to the cake.
Okay. I don't know where cake came in.
Well, that's like, the goal.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Now, they could go around a wall. They could go through the wall and experience it. They could take their good friend Nova and cast the wall to oblivion.
True.
And then I guess how would HVTs be described?
Non-existent most days.
I guess they're kind of like because I mean you can blow up an HVT, but I guess that's kind of like a door, and it's like your goal is to open the door, and then you could blow the door up. And then on the other side there was like a child, and you
What if I
blew the
wanna
child
kiss
up.
the door?
Yeah, what if I want to like actually seduce the door? Do I roll like a d20 or something?
Okay.
What if the door is really cute?
This analogy is don't waste my
This
perfect analogy on kissing
man.
doors.
I'll make sure not to. Okay,
But yeah,
now, okay, we got the doors and the walls and the guns, and then
But-
Loki. What, I guess in your terms, could you describe what like the writing lead does? Because
So-
I've been in the writing team before, but writing lead is a little different. Because I guess how many writers do we have? What you said?
You
Chubs?
have almost 10 plus. You have 10
Okay.
plus. Now are they all active? Yes and no. I mean, you know, everyone takes a break once in a while.
Right.
So,
Bigger
but
things.
yeah,
I mean,
your shop is the most active right now. Zeus's are right now in the most need of care.
join Zeus
while I
team
have-
and you get a popsicle.
For real,
team.
I'll buy you a popsicle.
Crisp
sure.
high fives.
Yeah, I'll give you a swift and crisp high five. Now we need our Zeus department to fill up a little bit more, especially for Saturdays. Woost's department, which is Fridays, which is platoon, platoon 2, is doing pretty good. You know, I just need more people for platoon 1 right now to just do it instead of me going, "Hey guys, anyone want to take the weekend?" And then it's just crickets, and I'm like, "All right, guess I'll do it, guys."
Yeah,
Um,
man.
I'm glad. I'm glad we're all here.
Fair enough.
Now it's getting better now, so I actually have people like Oxide and I'm blanking. Let me pull up my Discord.
People like Oxide.
Don't
Hey,
mind
Wow,
me.
good job,
man.
I
Oxide.
know my people.
Thanks, Oxide.
Good job.
I got
guys.
Hey,
Oxide
if
Misery.
you're listening to
I got
this, bro,
Oxide and Misery.
yippee
And don't
dippy,
forget,
bro.
Khan just got re-added,
Con,
so I
hey,
got my boy
Con.
Khan
Let's
back.
go, Con.
Yeah. Finger snaps. And then Samuel's currently on pretty much a permanent ELOA right now. He's doing some real life stuff.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go real stuff. All
Let's
right.
realize
I mean, you also got you got the new people coming in too. Because
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, we
Wanna
have so
see-
many awesome CRCs.
let me see, Blackout. From the people I can name on the top of the head, we got Blackout, Tier, Jazz. Who else?
I think we just got Gabi. Gabi, I think, messaged me just the other
Gabi?
day. And
Is it Gobi or Gobi? Like Gobi.
Gabi,
Desert.
Gabi,
Gobui? Gobi?
no, Gobi.
Oh, okay. Well,
Gabi.
It's like cuts it off halfway.
Gabi, if you're listening, feel free to let us know how you say your name. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Either way,
Regardless, you know, hey
No,
man.
for head writer,
God's word.
honestly, you'll have more decision making than anything. I'm not gonna personally gripe you too much in your department.
Well, thankfully,
If
we
you
like
wanna
are
make
in
a
eternal
good-ass-
conversation with one
All
another.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, your job as a writer, as a head writer exclusively too, is to make a interesting and detailed story that Kyber Company, everyone in the 91st, will love and enjoy. I know lots of people in the 91st don't read, but for the few that do, they'll get that little excitement, and especially those that go to the Yop and play are being like, "Whoa, this is like really cool. What? The Senator's actually a Sith Lord, or blah A, B, and C point B."
yeah. You hear that? You hear that, new recruit? If you're listening, if you want Dante's job, that's how you do it.
Dude, if you're
So
really
take
good at
his
if you're really good at making shit up, it's fucking
Take
here
his
for
job.
you, man. Take my job.
And
Take my fucking newly earned job. What's the pension for it? I better
you
be at
get
401k.
one penny every month.
Ooh.
It's a pretty good paying job, man.
That's
Is it
more
shiny
than-
penny?
That's more than 70% of Gark makes in like
Let's
a
fucking
year.
go.
You're right.
bro.
You are right. It is more than Gark ever will make.
If I could do a backflip right now,
Yeah, if I could.
if I could do a backflip right now, I'd do a backflip. But
what is it?
I can't.
Uh,
It's not in the cards today.
it's not
Every
in-
campaign
damn.
you write or every campaign you plan, we get you get paid a cent and I guess some back to.
For real.
Fuck
That
yeah.
back to
And
juice.
Backed is actually just Windex in a can.
Yum yum.
That's fucking hilarious. No, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm glad to help out. I feel like, especially if you're talking to like a new CRCs and stuff like that, CTs, and even so on, SCTs, VCTs, whatever. I feel like if you're looking for something to do in the unit and your biggest question is, I feel like I'm not doing a lot, getting into a C shop will definitely cure that feeling. For sure. Because even like trying to run the podcast and stuff like that gets messy. It just is sometimes hard to fit schedules, or sometimes even like, honestly, admittedly, today we picked Chubs because Chubs was here. Chubs said yes, and we were like, okay. So
we ran it back.
Yeah, we just ran it back, and you know what? I think it's really fun. I'm really glad that Chubs could spend the time teaching us a little bit about the Force. We could talk about, something that he likes, something that we all share. Maybe not in common, but just kind of can find enjoyable. We all play our fucking respective games, whether it be Overwatch or whatever you're playing, Loki. Power Wash Simulator, that's it. And you know what? I'm really glad that we could all spend the time doing this. I'm really excited to do this writing shit coming up here, because I'm gonna kill it probably, or not, and I'm gonna suck and everyone's gonna hate me. But fuck you. So,
it's like, man, everyone's gonna hate me. I know it's gonna happen.
Or they're not. It's like a do or die type shit. So we'll see.
Right?
Right?
The drip or drown.
Drip or drown, dude. Drip or drown, and brother, I'll be surfing. But we're. Oh, go ahead.
I want to say one thing. If I got anything wrong, the only way I will listen to you correct me is if you join the unit.
Ooh, hot take.
So
hot take, yeah. Hot take of the night.
There you go. So
there you go. You're really good at this.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
so
Chubs.
glad you're in CO position.
Thanks, Chubs makes decisions for the unit, everybody. It's terrifying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they made me NCO by mistake. I was CXP for like 2 seconds. It was crazy. I was in the air.
Yeah, you were part of Nova for a hot minute. Yep.
Were you?
Yeah, they wanted.
Wait, like
he
actually?
He was accidentally given.
Yeah, they gave me CXP.
Yep.
Yikes.
And and all the Nova guys were like, "Hey, can you run rotary?" I don't have rotary yet, so.
Yeah.
The only thing I have is crew chief, so I would just be in the cockpit and I'd just be yelling, "You're doing it wrong."
That's actually fucking gold. All right. Well, thanks everybody. I appreciate you listening in again. I guess see you around. Love you.